Hi y'all, it's Harvard lawyer Lee. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard occupied weeks of our attention this year. People all over the world sat glued to computers waiting for word about the jury verdict in the defamation suit Johnny Depp filed against his ex-wife Amber Heard. But what has happened to them in the last 6 months? That's what this video is all about. You know what happened at the jury trial. The jury found in favor of Depp on all 3 of his claims, and the jury awarded him $10 million in compensatory damages and another $5 million in punitive damages. The court reduced the punitive damages award to $350,000 under Virginia law, leaving him with $10,350,000. The jury found for Amber Heard on only one of her claims and awarded her only $2 million. The day after the trial, Amber's attorney, Elaine Bredehoff, did the rounds of the morning talk shows, defending her client and saying that key evidence had been suppressed. She insisted Amber Heard couldn't afford to pay the multi-million-dollar judgment anyway. Amber herself interviewed with Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show, which may not have been her best decision of the year. Amber seemed to hit the wrong notes and had difficulty fielding Savannah's tough questions. Insider blared this headline: Amber Heard's first post-trial interview was a failure, crisis management experts say. In August, Amber fired Elaine Bredehoff. She kept Ben Rotenborn, one of her 2 trial counsel, but parted ways with Elaine Bredehoff, who had been her lead counsel at trial. Everybody acted as if it was just a matter of timing, but it would be hard to read it as anything other than Amber wanting to move on. Amber hired a new and respected appellate team to handle her appeal of the verdict against her. Amber also made some dramatic personal changes. On July 18th, Amber sold her home that sat on 6 acres in Yucca Valley, California. Amber originally paid $570,000 for the home, and the new buyers paid her $1.05 million, which left her with a pretty tidy profit. Amber then embarked on a world tour of sorts. Before long, Amber showed up in Israel, baby in tow, with her pal Eve Barlow. Eve Barlow had been at trial in the early days, achieving instant fame, or maybe infamy, when Judge Askarati threw her out for tweeting and texting from the trial. The judge had entered an express order forbidding tweeting or texting from the trial. About that time, rumors began to circulate that Amber really did not have a baby, and even that she was renting the baby in the pictures she posted to social media. At one point, she was pictured pushing an empty stroller, which threw gas on the rumor. Amber disappeared for a few weeks, but the trail picked up again in October when Amber and her baby were spotted in Spain. A number of the pictures from Spain showed Amber with her baby, mostly ending the speculation about whether the little girl even existed. The jury's verdict didn't end the legal drama for Amber, though. A month after the verdict against her, Amber's insurance company sued her. It turns out that the cost of her attorneys and her defense was being picked up by a homeowner's policy written by Travelers Insurance. Amber also had a personal liability policy with New York Marine. A year earlier, Travelers had sued New York Marine, saying New York Marine needed to pony up and pay a share of the costs of defending Amber. After the verdict in favor of Johnny Depp, New York Marine filed a separate suit against Amber Heard in California court, asking that court to declare that New York Marine didn't need to pay any part of Amber's legal expenses because Amber acted intentionally when she defamed Johnny Depp, and New York Marine said it didn't cover those claims. The Depp v. Heard case itself kicked back up again in November when Johnny Depp filed his appeal of the $2 million judgment against him. Amber filed her appeal of the $10,350,000 judgment against her in December 2022. Amber's appeal listed a whopping 17 different grounds and asked the Virginia Court of Appeals to dismiss Depp's case or to at least give Amber a new trial. 2 amicus briefs were filed on Amber's behalf by consortiums of women's organizations, civil rights groups, and DV groups. But Amber's career seemed at a standstill. I did not find any reports that she was being cast in new films or was getting any new sponsors. But what about Aquaman 2? Previews of Aquaman 2 came out late this year. Amber had filmed that role before the trial. Was that a highlight for her? It's your call. Amber either had a greatly reduced role in Aquaman 2 thanks to the trial, or still had a really meaty role despite the trial. As for Johnny Depp, he left even before the verdict. Johnny Depp went straight to London, where he played a concert with his longtime friend, English guitarist Jeff Beck. Depp made headlines at the VMAs when he descended from the ceiling as Moon Person. He joked about how he needed the work as he tried to get his career back on track, now with the confirmation and endorsement of the jury under his belt. Over the next months, Johnny Depp and Jeff Beck took their music on tour, playing to sold-out crowds and adoring fans all over the UK, Europe, and the US. The duo released an album on Rhino Records. The album, called 18, featured 2 new songs by Depp. Johnny Depp's lawyers from the Fairfax County trial met up with him at his concerts in Prague and again in Washington, D.C., where Ben Chu dressed as a rocker and looked very groovy. Johnny Depp squelched the rumors about any relationship with his Virginia attorney, Camille Vasquez, by announcing he was dating another attorney from his UK trial. The relationship is serious. Or then again, maybe the relationship is not serious. And actually, maybe they're no longer even dating. Johnny Depp seems focused on his career as a musician. He will be appearing with the Hollywood Vampires, which is Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and Tommy Henriksen, in the UK in July 2023. And Depp made time to appear in a fashion show for his friend Rihanna's Savage X Fenty collection. Like Amber, Johnny Depp also appealed the $2 million verdict against him. The jury found in Amber Heard's favor on one of her 3 claims of defamation related to a comment made by Johnny Depp's attorney, Adam Waldman. But one major goal for many of Johnny Depp's fans remained elusive. Depp still has not been recast as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Will he be? It all depends on who you ask. Some people say Depp is out for good. But according to numerous articles, Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer for the Pirates films, wants Depp back in the cast for Pirates 6. And of course, it's not clear whether Johnny Depp really wants to reprise his role, since he famously said he wouldn't appear in another Pirates of the Caribbean for Disney if they gave him $300 million and 1,000,000 alpacas. And we all know those are worth a lot, I guess. Then on December 19th, Amber Heard announced that Johnny Depp and she had settled the Depp v. Heard defamation case. Amber Heard would pay Johnny Depp $1 million. He says he will donate, not just pledge, the money to a charity to be announced soon. And just like that, after the drama, the witnesses, the lawyers, the weeks of trial, the case itself was over. So who won? By any metric, you'd have to say Johnny. At the trial, he was awarded $10,350,000 in damages, whereas Amber was awarded only $2 million. And in the court of public opinion, he became the #1 trending person in 2022, according to People magazine. Of course, if that's the measure, Amber was a trending topic herself, coming in at #3, right behind Will Smith. Johnny Depp even managed to reprise his iconic Captain Jack Sparrow role just for a couple of minutes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. A young boy on palliative care who goes by Captain Corey started a YouTube channel called Crack in the Box. His wish was to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube so he could get a silver play button award. Johnny Depp sent a video which Corey posted to his channel. And with that video, Johnny Depp officially sealed 2022 as the year of his return. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.